Hello everyone, my name is Michelle, and today we're going to be doing questions 16 through 20 on the 2015 Algebra II Virginia SOL. So first we are on question 16. The graph best represents the solution to which inequality? So first we see that this graph is an AND graph because it is a segment and does not go on forever, so that means the sign will have to be less than. And just remember that if they went on forever on both sides, it would be or, which is greater than. So we're going to look at our answer choices and eliminate the ones that are not less than. So C is eliminated and A is eliminated. Now next, there's two methods we can do to find the answer. One, we can plug in numbers and see if they work on the graph, and two, we can solve both of the inequalities. So first, let's solve both of the inequalities. So let's do b, x minus 11. The absolute value of x minus 11 is less than 4. Get the two equations, x minus 11 is less than 4. And x minus 11 is greater than 4. Solve that. Now by adding 11 on both sides, we will get x is less than 15 and x is greater than, this should be x minus 4 is greater than negative 4. So we add 11 on both sides, and that is positive 7. Alright, we take a look at our graph. Let's see, so this would be 7 less than x, which is less than 15. Let's see if that matches with our graph. No, because this graph is going from 4 to negative 11. So B is not our answer. Now let's solve D. So you would get the two equations of D, which would be 2x plus 7 is less than 15, and 2x plus 7 is greater than negative 15. We're going to solve these equations. Subtract 7 on both sides, we get 8, and divide by 2. X is less than 4. Subtract 7 on both sides, you get negative 22. Divided by 2 is x is greater than 11. X is greater than negative 11. And we would get negative 11 is less than x, which is less than 4. Let's go back to our graph, and we see that is the answer. Now the second method, we could substitute numbers in. So we look at the graph, and the shaded area is where the equation would be true. So we're going to substitute one number that should be true and one number that is not true. So for B, let's substitute in negative 2 and 6. Or actually, let's substitute in 0 and 6. So we're going to do B first. So the absolute value of 0 minus 11. 0 minus 11 is negative 11. And the absolute value of negative 11 is 11. So that would be false. 11 is not less than 4. And let's do the same thing for D. So we'll substitute in 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 7 is 7. Absolute value of 7 is 7, which is less than 15, so that's true. Alright, let's move on to question 17. Directions. Type your answer in the box. Oh. What value of x makes the cube root of 2x minus 5 equals 3 true? Alright, so we're going to solve this by cubing both sides. We get 2x minus 5 equals 27. Add 5 both sides, 2x equals 32, and divided by 2, which is 16. So x would equal 16. Alright, let's move on to question 18. What are the apparent roots of the equation graphed on the coordinate grid? So the roots will be the areas touching the x-axis, and we can see that looks about like -3/2 or -1.5, and looks like 1/2 or 0.5. And so that would be C. Alright, let's move on to question 19. If no denominator is equal to 0, what is the solution set for the following equation? Alright, so we will solve for x. First, what we're going to do is cross multiply across the equal sign. We will get 3 times x to the squared equals 2x times 3x minus 4. We can divide 2x on both sides. We will get 3/2 x equals, these cancels out, equals 3x minus 4. We want to get our x's on one side, so we're going to subtract. So first we're going to get the similar denominator. So 3 is going to become, it's going to become 6/2. So then we're going to subtract 3x on both sides. So that would be the same as 3/2 minus 6/2, which is -3/2. X equals -4. Then we're going to multiply by -2/3 on both sides, and we will get x equals 8/3. Alright, so our answer would be A. Alright, let's move on to the last question of the day, question 20. Let me just click this up. What is the solution set for the following system of equations? Y equals 4x plus 2, y equals x squared plus x minus 8. So we are going to set these equal to each other by substituting y in. So it's going to be x squared plus x minus 8 equals 4x plus 2. Alright. And we are going to get all the x's on one side. Actually, we're going to make this equal to 0 because we want this to be a quadratic. So x, subtract 4x on both sides, we're going to get -3x. Then subtract 2 on both sides, we're going to get -10. Now we're going to solve this by factoring. So this will get us x plus 2, x minus 5. Alright, so these are our first values of x's. So x equals -2, 5. Remember, you have to flip the sign when you're going from factors to roots or zeros. Now we are going to go back to our equations and substitute in each of the x's to get the y values. So let's substitute them into the first equation. Y equals 4, let's do -2 first, plus 2. That would be -8 plus 2, which is -6. And substitute the other x, 5. Get y equals 4 times 5 plus 2. That would be 20 plus 2, which equals 22. So our y values would be -6 and 22. Alright, so let's go to our answer choices. We have -2, -6, and 5, 22. So our answer would be D. Alright, that's all the questions we're doing today. I hope you learned something and have a great day.